Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Packer offense led by number 12, Aaron Rodgers. And the Pack in an unfamiliar position this year. They have not made the playoffs for 2 years running. 6-9-1 a year ago. And now with a new head coach in Matt LaFleur, no guarantee certainly that they'll play meaningful football in January this year.
Rodgers now on first down.
And incomplete to open things up. Geronimo Allison, the intended target. That'll bring up second down. And now the offensive starters for the Packers.
Tight end Jimmy Graham often uses his size to create mismatches downfield and make big plays. But in 2018, his first year with Green Bay, only 2 touchdowns scored. And you know they picked him up to be a big-time red zone threat with Aaron Rodgers. He's looking to return to form in 2019, a 5-time Pro Bowler.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 18. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Caught here by Bell. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. This is the offense we're going to see coming up in this one, and Travis Kelce will be key.
What a tremendous weapon he is, especially in the red zone. Knows how to find the end zone when running his routes.
LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelce. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. Kelce, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends. Attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason. And that chemistry, it certainly shows on the field. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground with McCoy this time. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. The numbers last week for Shady McCoy. 16 carries, 68 yards.
And to me, the goal is the exact same thing as last week. Get him the ball early and often. I think he's got another big game in him in this one.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Flush to his right. It's caught inside the 25. That one goes for 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. from the shotgun. It's a give to McCoy. And down inside the 15 he goes. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Mahomes. This is caught, Watkins. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. It's a 6-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Looking to throw is Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. Touchdown, Chiefs! Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That, too. It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers, too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Here's Rodgers to throw. Got a man. It's Tanyan complete. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
That was a nice play right there, but overall this season, it's been an absolute disaster. A total lack of communication on the back end. They need a leader who can put this team, this unit, on his shoulder pads and carry them to the right spots.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And again, it's Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. They get Elton Jenkins, the second rounder from Mississippi State. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Here's Thomas. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
But you know how much I enjoy horse racing.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Caught out left side by Robinson.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
The numbers for Jones last week, 20 carries, 79 yards.
They've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough. Touchdown, Packers! It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Mahomes now to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now a first down carry here from McCoy. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. On the tackle that time, Dean Lowry. Looking to throw on second down. Mahomes. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Not that time for Watkins. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up. On play action, it's Rodgers. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Rodgers now on first down. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
27 yards there, a first down. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. On second and a couple, Mahomes. That's complete right around the 8. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Butker now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Looking deep down, and that's caught inside the 30. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 37-yard line. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chris Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Robert Tonyan, his first touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's McCoy. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's McCoy. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's taken down inside the 30.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They fake the give. Now Mahomes on the move to his left. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys are able to regain the lead. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense, trotting back out. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now a first down carry by Jones.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Rashard Higgins, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Well, we want to remind you that coming up tomorrow night on Monday Night Football, we have a couple of throwback heavyweights of the AFC from the 1970s, the Dolphins and the Steelers from Heinz Field. Kickoff at 8:15 Eastern Time. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. When plays break down, that's normally when Mahomes is at his best throwing the football, but as we saw, he can run it too. Last year, 60 carries, 272 yards, great elusiveness and speed, and the Chiefs obviously don't want him to be a running quarterback, but if he sees an angle like he did there, any opening, he has the ability to take it and run.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league, so even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Mahomes now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Well, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Mahomes to throw once more. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce in the final seconds of the first half as they have taken the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Butker on for the PAT. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where it was the Redskins who were victorious in that one on the road. Case Keenum, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. And finally, on Monday Night Football, 2 of the super teams of the 1970s back at it. Dolphins and Steelers from Heinz Field to wrap up Week 8. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw, it's Mahomes. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Mahomes flushed out right. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Robinson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 40. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Mahomes going to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. And now it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards there, first down.
Here we go. Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Bell. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. DeAnthony Thomas, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Butker now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Rodgers on target to Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Rodgers again now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. They'll go again to McCoy. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Flush to his right. And it's complete to Kelsey. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
This is caught. Watkins. And he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Damian Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And in the end, it was all capped off by the Damian Williams touchdown run. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you put something out there.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Chris Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. The throw over the middle, taken in. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to float this. He's got a man, complete.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They'll go again to Jones. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Throwing now is Rodgers. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26. Rodgers now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Well, the second down throw on target. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Rodgers now to throw. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They're already slim. Hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. The quick slant caught. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers get a score closer.
Brad, I think we have to look back at the big call to go for it on 4th down.
Yeah, that set up everything, and the end result, the short touchdown run. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think every coach would have gone for it back there.
You and I both know every coach would not have gone for it back there, so that's showing a little bit of faith, actually showing a lot of faith in his team, and it was rewarded.
This will be fielded at the 6, and he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Another carry tonight for McCoy. He's been the workhorse. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Now here's Mahomes. And Robinson with a big catch. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. You.
Now a draw play. This is McCoy. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop.
You gonna see me in your nightmare.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 41-yard line. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. but as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a first down. On first down, Mahomes completes it to Hardman. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Offense.
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Tremont Williams there to break that one up. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. McCoy. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Flushed out right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. It's caught outright by Graham. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and inches.
Let's get it.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. From the gun, it's Rodgers, and that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
If he writes a book in the offseason, he ought to title it Undaunted, because where he is on the field, back on his own side, and goes for it, and gets it, I got to give it to him on that one.
Yeah, only thing you can justify it with is it was only a few inches that they needed. If it's 4th and 2, probably doesn't do it. Hey, he got it. Give him credit.
Yeah, but if they don't pick it up,
then you're in trouble.
Yeah, they're giving points to the other team at that stage.
To throw is Rodgers. This pass complete to Higgins. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and he didn't do it very often.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. His pass caught at the 4. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's second and goal. Second and goal from inside the 5. And again, it's Rodgers. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here's Jones. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. Fourth and goal. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, remember the coaches told us before the ball game, any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
Here now, a look at LaShawn McCoy. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been tough to stop. 8 for 10 so far. This is 3rd down and 12. Mahomes going to throw, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. From the 45 on 2nd down, Rodgers. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
They'll start the drive with a carry by McCoy. Blake Martinez, the NFC's leading tackler a year ago, in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Chiefs, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they drop back to 500 now.